Hello and welcome to the new style Edexcel GCSEs. These are the ones that go from grades 9 through to grade 1. This is paper 1MA1/3H. It's the third paper in the higher tier. It is a calculator paper, so we are allowed to use calculators, and we're picking up in question 9. Part A says factorise y squared plus 7y plus 6. So all we're looking for here is two numbers that multiply together to give 6 and add together to give 7. So that's just 6 times 1 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, so we can factorise this to y plus 1 into y plus 6. It also works if you did it the other way around and had y plus 6 into y plus 1. Either way is fine. And that should get you your 2 marks. There's not really any working out to show there. So part B says solve 6x plus 4 is greater than x plus 17. So the thing to remember with inequalities is that you can do pretty much anything to an inequality that you can to an equation. The only difference is if you're going to multiply everything through by -1, you must change the sign from greater than to less than, and from less than to greater than, whichever way round. The reason being is just as the numbers go up on the opposite side of the number line, so their values are reversed. So -3 is smaller than -2, even though 3 is bigger than 2. So I'll give you an example for that. So let's use 2 and 3 for example. 2 is less than 3. So if we multiply both sides by -1, -2 on the left hand side, and we've got -3 on the right hand side, clearly -2 is not less than -3. If you owe £2, you're richer than if you owe £3. So, or less poor at least. So we have to change the sign to greater than, because -2 is bigger than -3. So that's why we change the sign when we're multiplying everything through by -1. But we don't have to multiply through by -1 in this. We're just subtracting x from both sides. So let's do that. So that's 6x minus x plus 4 is greater than 17. And if we subtract 4 from both sides, 6x minus x is greater than 17 minus 4. And if you feel confident, this step could probably be just skipped, but I just wanted to show you how we got to here. Okay, so now combining like terms, 6x minus x is just 5x, which is greater than 17 minus 4 is 13. And then dividing both sides through by 5, we've got x is greater than 13 over 5, which you can use a calculator. I'm going to use a calculator in this case. So that's just 13 divided by 5 is 2.6. So our answer is x is greater than 2.6. Okay, so part C says C is an integer. That means it's a whole number with -5 is less than 2n, which is less than or equal to 6. So 2n is between -5 and 6. It can be equal to 6, but it cannot be equal to -5. So write down all the values for n. Okay, well the simplest way to do this is to divide everything through by 2, and that gives us -2.5 is less than n, which is less than or equal to 3. So we're looking for whole numbers that are bigger than -2.5, smaller than or equal to 3. So the first number I can think of is -2, and then -1, and of course 0, which is also a whole number. And then we've got 1, 2 and 3. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in another video.